And hello once again, and welcome to Wrestling Man's Wrestling Show, episode number 59. I am your host, Bill Yankovi, and today on the program, I'm going to talk about WWE, Raw, the WrestleMania report. Always fun to do that. The last look at the TNA Destination X pay-per-view that's coming up this Sunday, Ring of Honor. And tonight is their big pay-per-view, Rising Above. Talk about that a little bit later on. Plus the indies, including the all-important Chikara King of Trios weekend tournament. And I'll give you my personal opinion on night 3. You just can't go somewhere before you hear that review. Plus the rest of the indies, Japan, and anything else that's really going on in the world of professional wrestling. And of course, there's going to be a new question of the week. I think this is going to be a pretty interesting one, but I'll get to that in a little bit. Now then, for those of you that have Facebook, as you know, those sports fans know, it's about 9 days away till Selection Sunday for the NCAA men's basketball tournament, and it only means one thing: pools, pools, pools. You're going to have brackets all over the place. If you're looking to join a bracket, or if you're looking to join a pool, come join the Wrestling Man's Wrestling Show league for the tournament on Facebook. And if you win, you're going to win some you get to pick your prize. That's the prize. You get to pick your prize, and I will make sure it gets to you. Now, a little bit off topic before I get to WWE and Raw this week. I want to talk about the retirement of Brett Favre. Now, don't get me wrong on this. I think Brett Favre is a fantastic player. I think he's probably one of the 10 or 20 greatest players that ever played professional football. But when he announced this week that he was retiring, I was just watching it all over the sports channels. It was as if the President of the United States had been assassinated. It was like, the Pope dying. It was like this great big sorrow. The gray clouds were coming around, and it was like everybody was mourning. Brett Favre was retiring. They're like, oh, I can't believe, Brett Favre is retiring, blah, blah, blah. Come on. The guy is retiring. So he's retired. You don't have to make a big-ass deal about, this guy who played for 17 years, and I think 15 or 16 of it with the Green Bay Packers. I understand, in Green Bay. That's one thing I understand. And this is no disrespect to any Packer fan or to any Brett Favre fan. However, it's the rest of the United States that makes me, go like, what is so important about this? A guy is retiring. Let him retire. When John Elway retired about 10 years ago, it wasn't that big of a deal as far as the country went. Brett Favre retires, and it's like, okay, everybody's got to go off. We got to go downtown, say our last goodbyes. Come on. Give me a break, people. Yes, it's Brett Favre. Yes, he's a great quarterback. But, for the love of God, people, he's retired. Just let him retire his own way. Don't make it such a big deal. A little bit later on, I'm going to talk about the Wrestling Man's Wrestling Show Hall of Fame voting, how that's going. Plus, don't do spoilers on the show. But, believe it or not, I happen to get my hands on the entire card for this Monday Night's Raw, which I'll talk about in the next segment. WWE's on the way.